Alright, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how I made that performance happen. So here we go. I'm just going to give you an overview on how I set everything up. So right here we have mallet 1, mallet 2, and orchestral percussion. So these are my tracks. These little blocks here, these are my clips. So as I click through them, you can see they're different, set up all differently. So over here, this is where the MIDI information goes. Whenever I play these notes, they'll come in. We have these all set to loop, so they're looping right here. Up top, we have our metronome, so it's set at 65. This piece is in 3, so each click is one measure. It's in 4/4. So if I click this, that'll sound our metronome. Other thing at the top here is really important is this is our overdub. So whenever this is yellow, it's gonna keep recording in this area. If we turn that off, it won't play anything, it won't record anything. So that's really important to have that on or off depending on if you want to record or not. And the other thing about the metronome I should show you is I have it set to do a 1-bar count in, so that'll let me play in time very accurately. So that's really important to have that count in if you liked. And then I just play with the metronome. How I have it set up, we have a cue out in Ableton Live. So here we have this goes, and whatever I hear in my headphones is the cue out. The audience won't hear it, but now, so everyone can hear what we're doing now, I'm just gonna set the cue out to the main track. So, all right, so this is our master track right here, and if I click this button right here, this little arrow, this will launch all 3 of these clips right off the bat. So I'm gonna show you how that works. I'll hit this. We get our 4-beat count in, and then there we are off. You see this little line is showing us where we're recording into. So I have this set. We have this launch button right here. If we click this, it stands for launch. It's set for 24. What that means, it's going to play 24 measures, and then I have the follow action set to go to the next clip in line. And all these are doing the same thing. They're all set to play 24 measures, and then they go to the next clip. So that's how I kind of get everything to launch in sequence. Once I start, I'm going to play it the same way every time. So it's going to play 24 bars. I'm going to shut this off a second. So turn our metronome off. What happens is, what's nice once I get started, if I launch this next one for our break, you're going to hear our break. Here's our count in. There's our marimba playing, and this is where I play timpani on top of that. So now you can see the launch is only for 6 measures, and then it's going to go to our next marimba tracks. And this is a brick is only a 6-bar phrase. So there you go. It's actually 6 times 4 because each beat is a measure, so it's actually a 24-bar phrase. You gotta do a little math to figure these things out for what you want to play. Each one's a little different, but this is kind of how I do it. I'm sure there's better ways out there. Okay, so we had covered our launch. The other thing I wanted to show you about these, you can control the dynamics. So each of these progressively get louder. And how does that happen at the end? For our MIDI information here, this is 0 to 127. That's the velocity. So if I can select all of these, See, I have all the MIDI notes selected, and if I just grab one, since they're all selected, they'll all go up, so I can control the volume that way very quickly. So that's kind of nice, and you can create the layers. The last thing I'm going to show you is the MIDI mapping. So what are MIDI maps? I'm going to open this up. Command M in Ableton will do MIDI maps. So what that does, when this screen is blue, you can click on any one of these parameters, and you can see some of them I've already done. And so for this, I mapped the stop button here, I mapped our overdub, I mapped the launch for the first sequence, and then I mapped the instrument for Marimba 1 and for our orchestral percussion. So we can look over here, G sharp, so high G sharp on the Xylosynth. If I hit that, it's going to switch my instruments. So I can go really quickly to my percussion instruments. And if I hit high F sharp, it's going to go right to my mallet instruments. And so if I hit high C, that's on our master track to launch scene 1, like I was saying. If I click that, that's like clicking it. So I hit high C and it starts everything for me. And then if I hit stop to stop, if I hit high B, then it'll stop my arrangement. So there you go. That's kind of how I did my arrangement to do for this video, and I think it works very well. So hope this gave you a little insight on looping tracks and creating a little arrangement of a piece to, you know, play multiple phrases and whatnot. So if you have any questions, please feel free to get in contact with me, and have a great day. Thank you.